Alright, so essentially what I'm doing here is I've tidied up all the fibers and kind of got them a little better sorted. What I'm dealing with right now here is all of these fibers in my hand go to these bottom control panels and a couple of the reds on top, or a couple of the fibers on top rather, that happen to be red. So plugging the fibers in here. In person, they're pretty much lit up. On camera, barely. I can't quite tell from this distance. That may be a little too dim. It may be right. I don't want the lights to be so overwhelming that they cast their own ambience everywhere, because they are supposed to be 1/35th scale buttons after all. However, they should have some amount of light going on, and let me see where these guys plug into as well. Lights were always certainly distinct on the show. Okay, and these four are the bottom reds, one of which is only on occasional. So why don't I separate those right now and see. Yeah, switching between looking at the front and the back of this with every single LED, or with every single fiber point rather, is definitely a trick. Make sure I really got the right one there. I do. So here are the first three fully labeled fiber optics for the model. 3 steady reds. And it looks like if I take off this tape here, I can probably get a really nice tight angle coming out of the tube they're coming out of. And if I really trace them back to the source, I could probably chop off half a foot of fiber optics, but really don't need to. Definitely want these to sit in there, so I don't want to trim them too much, but it looks like a couple inches is coming off. So far from what I can tell, this is really just the best guess kind of thing when you're measuring out the fiber optics. So these will bounce out by themselves eventually anyway if I don't let them. Now, once I've got all the others, there's really going to be no way to hold these in place, it looks like. Not easily. Not without maybe taping them down to the ground a little. How about that? So let me plug the other reds from this console in, and we'll take a look at the brightness and make an assessment. I can always do a little surgery here and put in a lighter resistor. Maybe drop it to 5,000. 10,000 could be a little too much. I should probably show you the routine I just fell into before I get too far ahead. But I'm working with magnifying glasses here, and they're just kind of sitting high, so I can kind of do this and then that, and sort of like bifocals, I guess, is what they're called. So again, I'm still working on this communication panel. I've got 2, 4, 5, 6 or so more threads to check out. So I thought maybe you could take several at a time and put them in the light, and you may luck out and not get any that you need, but you may have one out of those 4 that is, and untangling it from there is just a lot. So what I'm doing is just picking out one thread at a time. So let's turn this light off. One thread in the tube. Head over to the front, take a look at what's being lit up. This one is not needed for red. It goes off to the side. Next one. Thread in the tube, over to the front. I can't tell which one that's lighting up. Maybe light blocked. I'll have to take a look at that again. Fortunately, I've got this bit of solid core wire sitting there, which is able to hold the fiber optics out of the way, which is a rather nice convenience. Alright, that's 2 in. That one is in fact red. So, what I further do from there is, because of the way this is all tangled, I'll thread it underneath here, trying not to get any more other loops or tangles going on. Pull that through. Then I'm doing a preliminary cut, a little longer than I'm sure I need. Sticking that in the tube and moving on. We got 3 left here. Oh, hey, here's all the rest of those. I was thinking that was a little too few. So here we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 more of them to go. So I'll catch up with you when I finish them all. So it took a few minutes, but I got all these fibers rather, untangled from each other. Wow, this wire is just going to be a pain in the butt. There we go. So it took a little while to get them all untangled from each other. These are the remaining colors here: blue, green, orange, maybe white. Got to glue this down a little better. It's holding together for the moment. And it looks like I could even trim another set of fiber optics down. Let me see how much more I can do here.